So we'll record.
Yes.
There, and we'll record here. Hey.
Okay.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I got a guest. We're doing our podcast. We're doing our podcast episode today, and it's about 2019, like reflecting on it and goals for 2020. So I figured I would just post and post onto my YouTube channel as well as our podcast. So enjoy the behind the scenes.
A little rusty, but we got this.
If I start here, actually, we won't cut through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start here. Okay.
We are
back again. Yes. So we are officially back.
Yes, we are. I'm so happy to be back.
I know.
It feels good.
In the middle of the month of January. I know we did.
Don't judge us.
We were gonna be back in January, but it's the middle of the month. That's fine.
The 18th,
You
to be
know.
exact, but it's fine. You know, at least we're back.
Yeah.
You know, that's what counts.
We needed to decompress from the holidays.
Yeah, the holidays are a little rough there.
So, yeah, we're happy to be back. We have some great ideas.
Yes.
Um,
So much things that I'm excited to share with them. And
yeah.
for them to see. So it's gonna be really good. I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah.
But before we get into our topic, it's time for our
Debrief of the week.
Okay, so as you already know, we do our debrief for the week. And how was your week?
My week was alright. Yeah, you know, back to work and
How does it
So-
feel? I mean, I know that.
well, last week
we're-
was so last week was the first week back, and it was kind of rough
Yeah.
because you come back, especially like because I was on vacation, so I wasn't there for 2 weeks, and then I came back and I was like, oh, what do I do? How do I
do this?
How do I answer a phone? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we're back and it's going good.
It's going good.
Yeah.
I wrote mine on that one. Oh, well, that's good. Well, I'm glad that you're, back to work and you're feeling good. But how are you doing mentally?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. There's
Still at the gym,
Yep.
I've seen.
at the gym
Her butt
working
is
now. My butt's getting bigger. Don't let Connor tell you otherwise.
He's just jealous.
He never like. Every time I'm like, oh, is my butt getting bigger? Like, he's just like, no, not really. And then he'll come home from the gym and be like, oh, my shoulders. Oh, look at my muscles. And like, "Arr." And I'm like, yeah, you worked out twice this, like whatever.
Yeah, you're like, what muscles?
Yeah. So it's always a different story with someone else.
Yeah.
But,
I personally think your butt's getting bigger.
I think so too.
I mean, girls can
Yeah.
actually see the difference and the results. So
Yeah.
I see it. Well, my week was actually very interesting. I'm continuing to stay active during my pregnancy, which has been a little bit rough, but I'm staying active.
Mhm.
We got a new employee. I've been training her, and it's been, really good. I got complimented at work the other day, saying that I have a nice smile, so that made my week.
Oh yeah, that's always nice.
Yeah, it just like brightens your day. Okay, so yeah, and then my breakdown of the week, I cried my eyes out. When was it? Wednesday in the shower.
Hormones. Dude, that's where I cry the most.
Yeah, me too.
It's
and
just
I
like you're
can't control it. I'm like, it's like
You're
an
just
ugly
like
cry.
Well, it's just like you're releasing all of your energy
Yeah.
and stuff. Like you're just like all the bad negativity. It's just
Mhm.
like
Washing it all off.
Yeah.
I believe in that.
me too. Me too.
So I cried my eyes out in the shower on Wednesday because I couldn't fit into any of my clothes. Which, I mean, it happens when you're pregnant, but it's just like so hard to like, I don't have any more clothes. So and you know me, I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cried
That's when
a
you
lot.
just wear your husband's stuff.
But not to work, not when you have to dress up like business,
Yeah.
casual, whatever. So it's kind of hard when I'm just like, I don't know what to freaking wear anymore. I'm just like, forget it. I'm just gonna wear sweats.
But I bet like you could get away with it. Not like sweats, but I bet you could just like I bet your boss would be like, you know, it's okay, you can't fit it, whatever.
Yeah, my boss is very understanding, but I guess it just hit me like, oh shit, like I seriously need to go shopping and get some new clothes because I was really like dreading it. I did not want to go get new clothes.
I thought you got some.
I did. I got like leggings and like you know, shirts, stretchy shirts. So I was like, yeah, that'll do. You know, I'll stretch into them. They're like tearing because of how big I'm getting. I'm like, okay, I'm not that big. It's not that serious. But anyways, that was my breakdown. I got out of it. My husband's very supportive and has been very like, you're so beautiful, and you know, but so he's been helping me out. But it's you know, it's just pregnancy hormones and not fitting into clothes, and so it's just kind of rough there. But other than that, it was a good week.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I snapped out of it. Like that fast.
Snap.
Yeah. I came out of the shower as a brand new woman.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So, to our topic.
Okay, so our topic is 2019 and our topic is reflecting on 2019 and then goals for 2020.
Yes.
So yeah. I was just gonna jump into
what you learned.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. The word, because you know how people say like, oh, the word for like 2020 or like you know the new year for me is this. Well, last year like I never set one, so I'm like, I'm gonna try and set one like this year.
Yeah, that's
for
actually,
2020 and stuff. So reflecting back on 2019, the word for 2019 for me was growth.
I like that.
And so it was definitely a year of learning what I want in life. Let's go. So as you may know, maybe if you listen, if you follow us, like we both had moved here to North Carolina. I moved down here in 2018. I think you did too, right?
Yeah. The same time.
Yeah. So 2018, I moved from New Hampshire to North Carolina, and obviously that's a huge transition. Especially living in New Hampshire like all of my life.
Yeah.
So that, and I grew up in a small town, so small that we all know everyone's drama and or what's going on in the town. Which, if anybody lives in a small town, you understand.
So you live in New Hampshire, but what part of New Hampshire?
So the town is called Jaffrey, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay, and it's a small town.
Yep.
Oh,
There's
wow.
like. What did I googled it
because I'm over here thinking like you lived in New Hampshire.
No, New Hampshire's a state.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, you lived in Texas.
I'm not smart. I'm not smart.
So, you're like, oh, I just thought New Hampshire was the
New Hampshire. Like that's it. Like she lives in New Hampshire. There's nothing else.
Right. So the population in Jaffrey, the town that I grew up in, is 5,457 people.
Oh my gosh. You live there?
I lived there.
You're a part of that.
I was part of that.
You're a part of that population.
Yep. Like, so when I say small town, I mean small town. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta focus it. It's not focusing on us. Like,
why are you not focusing?
Hello.
What the hell?
Technical difficulties.
What
the hell? Sorry about that. I don't know how long it was not focused for, but we figured it out. Okay. So yes, small town. Other than the small town girl moving to a huge city, something that I've learned more about is myself. So realizing that Connor wasn't going to be home for most of me moving down here, which at the time of me being like, yeah, I'll move down, we'll be like together, we'll hang out all the time, you know. Like civilian life, come home from work, we'll see each other, like, you know. So then realizing that he was not going to be home for a lot of it. Like, he really hasn't been, if you think about it.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
It means that I have to make my own friends, and it's hard to make your own friends as an adult because where do you make your friends? Like, do you just go out in public and be like, do you want to be my friend? Like,
and people are so weird
I know,
about
like,
that. You know, you can't just go up to people and be like, hey, let's be friends.
Right.
You actually have to have something in common.
Yeah. So it's hard. You're not like when you're back in school, like you're in college or in high school, you make friends like in your class, but when you're an adult, like where do you make your friends? Like I mean, I guess you could at work, but you know, sometimes you don't want to mix work and personal.
And sometimes you don't connect with the people at work.
Yeah.
It's just like
right. It's like the people you have to work with, you like have to be friends with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so that was definitely hard for me, but I made a friend.
Hi.
So I am thankful for the friends that I've made here in North Carolina, and it's made me a stronger individual.
I can see your strength.
Yeah. So the other thing that I learned is to be alone and to be okay with it.
Yes.
So when
That's
Connor,
a good one.
right, like when Connor was gone for training, it was hard for me because like back home, I'm always around someone, whether it's like a significant other, a friend, a family member, like whatever it is. Like I was never alone. Like I never lived alone. I don't know what it's like to be alone.
Yeah.
So then coming here and Connor being gone, not having any friends, so like you kind of have to be alone until you find friends. So it was definitely like hard for me, but I learned to be alone, be happy to be alone. Like you can be alone and happy.
And there's nothing wrong with being alone.
Right.
I think you have to be a very strong individual to accept that loneliness because some people will go crazy.
Right. And I thought that I would. When your significant other goes to training, that he may or may not have his phone on him. He may or may not have service to even call or text you or whatever. So there will be like months where you don't have communication with them. And that can be really, really hard. Especially like even if you have friends, like like I have you, I can hang out with you and stuff, but it's not the same as like being able to talk to your significant other.
Yeah.
So when Connor was gone for like the 2 months, like that was definitely hard. And it was good that I broke it up with like I had my cousin's wedding at the time, and like I went home another time, like for something else. So that was nice. And then I learned that I want to shift my blog and like my YouTube channel and everything to be more mental health related. So now I'm going back to where I had my degree in psychology. I'm trying to like further that.
And how's that going right now?
Good. I mean, I just started my class like a couple weeks ago. So
how's that going?
It's going good. There's no like it's stressful because there's no like time frame, like there's no due dates for anything. Like it's just kind of like you go, you do it.
Oh
yeah,
I need someone to tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me when to do.
So I'm like trying to set like a time, like okay, I need to do this. So it's been 2 weeks and I'm like, okay, I need to like buckle down and get through this. So I'm thinking of like just doing all the reading and like studying during the week, and then because I work full time, so it's hard. And then on the weekends doing the tests.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, see, now you're just setting yourself up a little way to get through that.
So there's that. And then, so other than those like top things, I don't even know, top categories, I guess.
Yeah.
I have 5 subcategories.
Oh, God, you are so...
Okay, things that I've learned.
Yeah.
So, okay. The first thing, which is like more related to mental health and everything and why I want to get more into mental health, is changing your mindset because it is important.
Yes. I agree.
Especially like because I mentioned how I moved down here and didn't have any friends and Connor was gone, and I used to say to myself like, I don't have any friends, I have nothing to do, and like all of that negativity, and it's like, what is it doing for you if you're being negative? So by saying like you don't have any friends, like, yeah, of course you don't have any friends. You're not going out and making friends.
Yeah.
So
like keeping yourself isolated is not going to make you friends.
Exactly.
And you can't guarantee on social media. Like you can't be like, well, I have friends on social media. That doesn't count.
No,
It doesn't count as a social life. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So when I finally was able to change my mindset, then I was able to make friends, and I realized that I actually have great friends here in North Carolina. So, and then the other thing that I learned was to have an open mindset and to not think like one way is the right way. So when you're from a small town, it is really hard to like think outside of the box because everyone has their own thoughts and you form your thoughts around their thoughts. So then coming here to North Carolina, like people have their own thoughts down here. So it's like you know of what you know from back home and then you come here and you're like, oh, like I never thought of it about it that way, or you know, whatever. So I learned that. Being alone, like I mentioned, there's not much to go further on that. The other thing is being healthy and active and how it has become important to me, because before I really didn't work out like as much, and now I go to the gym every day now. So,
and that's awesome that you made that as a routine to yourself.
Like
you go and it's not a hassle for you.
Right. And so it was really hard at first because I never wanted to like wake up early to go to the gym, because then, you know, like you get all sweaty and you have to shower and all, you know, like you find excuses for things. And then after work, I know like 100% I do not want to work out at all. Like I'm like, maybe the occasional day I'll take Mason for a run, but like I just, you know, you just want to like decompress from work and you want to just relax. You don't want to like have to work out. And so with me knowing that, I changed my routine to go to the gym in the morning time. And now it's just so, and also eating healthy is another thing that I've been trying to do more of. So I'm kind of trying to transition to being vegetarian. I don't know if I told you.
No, you did not.
So I'm trying to like transition into being more vegetarian, but not, remember how I did the vegan challenge last year? So not like full on like no meat, like just more relaxed. So like if I don't want meat, like I won't eat it, kind of thing, you know?
See, I think you're gonna be good at that, because I know. Well,
so I've been doing it for like 2 weeks now, and there have been like a couple days where I've eaten meat, but I'm not like, oh, I can't have meat, like, oh, you know, like it's not like a,
that sounds like that's something
like
I would do.
It's like a chore.
I would be sad.
But I've been eating more veggies and like eating more greens, and I've been feeling like better as far as like waking up in the morning. I've been feeling more like awake instead of just dragging ass. So it's been good. I think I'm gonna continue doing.
And you don't want to be too. This is my thought: is you don't want to be too strict on yourself when it comes to eating, because eating shouldn't be like, how do you say it, like
a chore or
like it shouldn't be something bad, you know, like, oh, you're eating, like, ill, like you have to eat, you know. So,
and I don't want to just eat all veggies either, because the only reason why I'm choosing to be vegetarian is because I really like eggs, and I just can't get away from eggs. Maybe eventually, but you know, for now
I don't think you will.
I don't think so. Like eggs are just like,
it's the like perfect protein. It's the best thing.
So, yes, that's what I'm doing as far as eating. It might change, who knows? But I like it this way, because, like, last night we had chicken, and I'm like, yeah, like, I'll eat chicken. But I hadn't had chicken, like, all day, and or, like, any type of meat all day, and then, like, the day before, same thing. So, it's just kind of like a trial and error type of thing.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure that I feel like you'll actually be good at this one.
Because before, when I was doing the vegan, I was like, I can't. Like,
and that,
it's like putting a restriction.
That's the word I was looking for. Restriction. And you don't want that. You don't want that when it comes to eating, because you do want to live your life and eat. You know?
And you have to think of it as like you're eating to nourish your body. So.
Not everything is bad.
Just in moderation, you know? So, then the fourth thing is yoga. Yoga has become my therapy. I've mentioned this like multiple times, like on my Instagram, so if you follow me, you know all about it. It's helped me to stay grounded, especially in stressful situations, and taking my deep breaths, I can feel myself releasing all of the things that I'm stressed about. And I 100% think that everyone should do yoga.
I agree. I definitely agree. There's so many benefits to yoga, and I don't even want to list them all, but
I mean, just go listen to our yoga episodes, right?
Seriously. Like there's my husband's always like talking about how his back is aching, how he's not flexible, or like he just feels so like stiff, and I'm like, well, your wife does yoga and you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, well, you're like so advanced. I'm like, I can stoop to your level.
But,
like,
right,
you know,
like,
I'm not gonna, you better do it like this. You know, I'm not gonna do that.
And I started out like not knowing.
Yeah.
That's still pretty basic when it comes to things. But like,
and we're not saying like to do yoga and be all advanced. Like, just do yoga to like help your body and, you know, like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the other thing that yoga has helped me with is to become a more positive person, and to be more aware of my mind and what goes on in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned like your mind can be a scary place, and it's good to have something to help your mind be less scary.
Yeah.
And speaking of scary, the last thing that I have is fear. So when I first moved to North Carolina, I was afraid of pretty much everything. I was afraid to drive because I didn't know where anything was, so I thought I would get lost.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid of the drivers here because they can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
Especially when you're used to driving on like a back road where there's like 1 or 2 cars driving.
Yeah.
And then you have like 15 like driving at one time, and yeah, so it's just, it can be kind of terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned to let go of that fear, because if you're fearful of something, all it's doing is holding you back. And that's pretty much everything that I learned, is that everything is just holding you back.
Yep.
Like, so it has helped me to become more independent. And so like at first it was just like going to get coffee, it was going to Target, it was going grocery shopping, but I mean, you kind of have to start somewhere. So now I can, with my GPS still, because this town is so freaking big.
You still do your GPS?
Well,
I literally know where everything is.
No,
I'm just
like I know where everything is, like as far as where I go, like grocery shopping and like going to work and going to a gas station or whatever. But like some things, like on like the north side of town, like, you know, Bragg Boulevard or like Murchison Road and all of that. Like I don't know. Like I know, but I don't really know because I don't drive that way at all.
Yeah, I literally drove, like, driven everywhere, so it's like, I know where everything is at.
Yep, nothing. So, to end my reflection on 2019, for 2020, this will be my year for, my word for this year is patience.
Okay. Patience and what?
And you're like, yep, 100%, you
fucking
need patience.
Fucking patience. Honestly, I don't even see you as a very impatient person.
To be patient with myself and for others. I'm actually a very impatient person when it comes to things.
I mean, I don't agree, but
I'm like, I don't know, like I'm
guess
trying
like,
to be more like flexible with things.
I guess because you know yourself more better, but I mean, from what I see, I don't see an impatient person, but I guess there's just like things that you need to be patient for.
I don't know, I just want to like learn to go with the flow of things and not be so uptight. Like this needs to happen like this day, or like I need.
Never mind, I get what you're saying now.
So see, now you understand, like, okay, I'm like, okay.
Mrs. Perfect.
Like, just that things don't need to happen like right now, and that when the timing is right, it'll happen.
Never mind. I agree.
Now that I've explained myself,
she's very impatient.
Yeah. I am. Like, he's been wanting to get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym early so that he can get to work on time. So, like, I'll wake up before him, and I will get up and, like, wash my face and, like, change, and I'll be ready to go. And then he's still in bed. So it'll be, like, 5:30, and I'll be like, hey, like, you getting up? Because it used to be I would get up at 5:45 to go to the gym for 6.
Okay.
But because he wants to get up at 5...
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, come on, let's go. And then, like, when we first were trying to figure out like timing and stuff, I was like, I need to leave the gym at 7 to come home for like 7:15 and then like change or shower and do everything, get ready for work. And like I would literally be at the gym and I'd be like, okay, it is 6:55, like we have to leave now, like we you know. But now I'm just very like just lax, like
just let it go. Yeah, you have to.
Right, you can't just be like time, like, you know, and
exactly.
like
Don't do that. Okay, But yes, I loved everything that you learned in 2019. There's a lot of things that you mentioned that I actually relate to, and I've learned. But I'm sure we can all agree that we always learn something new about ourselves every year. Yeah. And if you don't, that's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, because I feel like everyone changes. Like, it doesn't even if you don't realize that you change, like, you don't reflect back on, like, 2019 or, like, whatever. But everyone changes. And if you don't change, like, you just
stay in the same place.
And you just go with your routine of,
You're never growing. But 2019 for me was a very exciting but a tough year, and I truly loved every bit of it, to be honest. Only because it shaped me to become a better person. And I definitely watched myself, become. I can definitely see the difference between myself in 2018 and then 2019. I'm just like, damn, I've grown so much. So I'm definitely happy how 2019 ended, even though it was a very tough year for me. And whether you have reached the goals you set yourself in 2019 or not, it's important we don't dwell on the negative. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn from the past and do better in the future. Okay. So what I did learn in 2019 first, I've learned to always listen and always give to those that deserve my advice. I feel like everyone deserves.
You give me advice all the time.
I feel like some people need to hear it like you. Some people need to hear it the way it is. Like, if I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Like,
and you definitely don't.
I just feel like people just need to hear it sometimes. So I really learned that to give people advice, and it made me happy.
That's what I need to learn.
But also learn to take it from other people too, because there was times where people would give me advice, and I was just like, they don't know it any better, And I just like kind of blocked their advice and kind of like, oh, whatever. But I've learned to be open-minded and be like, well, I wonder why they said that, I wonder why they gave me that kind of advice. So I definitely learned that. Second, rejection isn't personal.
That's another one.
That was kind of a hard one for me, because I take everything personal.
I know.
So when it comes to rejection, I was just like, kind of like, just being very, very, very immature.
But that comes with time, and realizing that there will always be rejection when it comes to things.
And again, in 2019, I learned so much about that, because when it comes to my job, selling insurance, even though it's not a big thing, but being rejected for something is still like, it's still, you take it too hard. But I learned, like, people are just people, they just, some people want it, some people don't. Like, you just have to accept what someone wants, You can't just take it so personal and be like, start talking shit about them. You can't do that. Third, just go with it. Don't be afraid of what people think. Prove to them it will work. And that definitely came into our podcast. A lot of people were just like, okay, podcast, that's stupid. But they wouldn't have done it, And so that, I definitely learned a lot about that, because I was afraid. Fear was holding me back from, like, doing stuff like this, being on social media with my yoga. And, I learned, go with it. Like, who fucking cares if they like it or not? Like, this is you. This is what you want to do. It makes you happy. Just go with it.
Exactly. And that's, like, it's funny, because Connor says that all the time, like, whenever we're, like, recording and stuff. He's just like, well, I'm glad that you're doing this, and, like, I'm glad. But, like, at the same time, he's just like, skeptical. No one listens. Like, no one listens.
And honestly, like, I don't even care if anyone listens. Like, I feel like I'm doing this for myself. Because
then, like, when we go back and listen to our episodes, we'll be like, oh, damn, like, that happened. And, like, oh, look at how strong I become, like, since then, or whatever, And it
just goes to show that we're willing to step outside the box. Not just stay in it, like, admiring people who do have a podcast and be like, I wish I could do that, but not doing anything about it. So that definitely speaks a lot about us. So definitely, I learned that in 2019, which I really do appreciate.
You weren't gonna do it.
Fourth, never expect anything, but to always be grateful for the small, the big, and everything in between. And I mentioned this on one of my my IG posts when I announced my pregnancy, because you know, I was expecting to be pregnant and I was being impatient and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get pregnant, like, and I literally just had to go with the flow. Like, I was like, okay, calm down. When it's time for you to be pregnant, it will happen. And hello, I'm pregnant in 2019. So never expect anything, and always be grateful for the little things that come in your way. And you know, just little things, big things, like just be grateful. That's all I can say. So those were the things I've learned in 2019.
So what was your word in 2019?
So if I had to think of a word, and that's really cool that you did that, because I would never...
I've never done it before.
Yeah.
Like in any of my other blog posts, like I've never said like, this is my word.
Gosh, I don't... Because growth is a good one.
I know.
You stole it. You stole my word. Let's see. If I had to think of a word...
Well, it's like you said, patience. Your word could have been patience.
That is a good one, because I did learn a lot of patience. Yeah, that's actually a really good one, because everything comes in between, like, comes into patience. So yeah, that's definitely a good word.
And what's your word for 2020?
2020, I'm gonna say, gosh, I'm gonna say patience too. I'm just kidding. No,
I threw it.
That's great. I know. Why did you do that?
Okay, so how about we go through your New Year's goals?
Yeah.
And then.
So I don't really have a New Year's goal. I feel like 2020 is already going by fast for me. That's because the baby's coming, and because, you know, we're possibly moving. I don't even know. It's up in the air. But because of these days that are coming, these specific events that are gonna happen, I feel like I'm waiting for them, so time's flying by. So 2020, I feel like it's already flying by. Anyways, I'm not one to make a resolution, and I've said this before, but I do make goals, and I do believe in creating and conquering those goals. I don't have goals for the whole year, because I like to make goals as
throughout the
year goes.
I agree with that.
That's just how I am. But one of my goals is to stay organized. So I guess I can say organize is my word, because that's actually a big one for me. I feel like if I'm unorganized, I just get kind of like
flustered.
Yeah, and I just kind of like lock myself in this place. I get stuck in this place. So organize between my yoga, work, podcasts, etc. Just that's what I'm trying to be. And I've started with my planner. And I've been going good with it. And I like to stay like, okay, this is going on this day, you know, I have a meeting here, blah, 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 stuff like that. So it's been going good, but that's what I want to keep up with in 2019, in 2020. Staying organized.
I know. I've been trying, like, and now that I have my tablet, I try to, like, that's why I was like, let's do the calendar and, like, do things on there. Because I'm, like, whenever I'm at work, it's all digital anyways, like, because I have a calendar at work and stuff, so... I'm just like, it's just easier for me to like pull up my calendar on my phone, and then instead of having like a whole nother notebook, like
seriously, oh my gosh, and it's gonna be on the floor,
like my notebook and everywhere. So I'm trying to be more digital instead.
Digital organized. Yeah, but organized is definitely gonna be something that I have to work on, but something I feel like I can get done, because I'd rather be organized than not organized, because I just don't want to be all over the place. So, yeah. So hopefully our podcast will be more organized. Hopefully our Instagrams will be more organized. And if not, you're more than welcome to tell me something, because I need to hear it. Yeah, like if we are down for any tips, advice. Give us some advice. Criticism. Yeah.
I was gonna say critical thinking. Like, what the? No.
What? Go home.
It's in my book. That's why I like, because you know you have like the book for school. It has like critical thinking, and then it has like question. Like, that's what I was thinking of.
But yeah, so I'm excited for this year. Are you feeling good about this year?
I'm excited, but I'm scared too.
Why?
Well, because when we PCS, to a new state, which I like am excited about, but at the same time I'm scared. And then just excited, but I'm going to remember all of the things that I learned moving down here to North Carolina and using all of that, the experiences that I've learned in the new state, if things go well.
Yeah, and I feel like that would just make you a stronger person if he does go through that.
Yeah, and at least like when we do move, I will have like a couple of friends.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. You're
Colorado,
gonna get this done. I know some Colorado. But hey, it's Washington.
But we're close.
Yeah, we are. Kind of.
But a plane ticket will probably be super cheap if you
super
think
cheap.
about it. So
I hope so.
Yeah. Not like super cheap, but at least I bet you
it's doable. Yeah. It's doable. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this awesome first episode
of season 2.
Of season 2.
And if you have any goals for 2020, we want to hear about it. So definitely like leave it in the comments here or on our Instagram.
Yes.
We'll leave the link in the whatever notes. So